What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of the show about nothing podcast. I'm your host, JunesEightyEIght, Izzyphantasmo. We 12, 13 episodes in now. We
12 episodes in.
12 in this joint. 12,
Your
12.
boy had to clean up for the
Yeah.
occasion.
My boy shaved his whole face. He looks 18 again. If you want to know what Izzy looked like when he's 18, that's how he looked when he's 18.
Just minus I had a little pencil mustache and whatnot.
Had the little Puerto Rican sensation mustache. You feel me? But yeah, man, how everything going with your brother?
It's good on this side of town, my boy. We chilling today, man. We were supposed to, get the recording down yesterday, but got sidetracked a little bit. But we here today. Things been groovy on my side of town. We just finished up the inaugural hockey season here in Savannah this past weekend. Family got to go see the hometown team win their very last game and whatnot, and they're getting involved in the hockey world now a little bit more. So I'm happy to see that happen. And on my side of town with work is going smooth. Nothing too crazy on that side of town. So how's everything looking on your side?
It's great, man.
That don't sound too good.
No, it's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. Everything's good because June's World 2 comes out in June. So,
Yeah.
16th. What else? What else happens? Been recording a lot of music lately. Been recording some stuff. Had a guest guy on the phone with a homegirl of mine talk about collabing on some shows. So I'm like, all right, we can do something. But
Nice.
I'm kind of like, it's a yay and nay type situation because it's the kind of situation like I had before, kind of, sort of, but not really, because she works at this restaurant and she's over like the social media marketing portion of everything.
Yeah.
And she's trying to make it they just open, so she's trying to they're trying to like branch out and do like cool things. So they do all kinds of events, their day parties, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Cool, but if you remember 20, what year is this? 2023?
Right now.
So 20 the beginning of 2019.
I was about to say 2019. You had a little bit of a kerfuffle with a few spots.
Yes, it was gonna be a real kerfuffle. Like it was, woo, man.
There was a couple of moments where, like, hey, I remember one specifically where you were like, man, I'm trying to get in contact with this one spot, but for some reason they're not playing ball correctly. So I remember I called in, and yeah, that owner didn't appreciate that. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't going to pan out the way we think it is.
So it goes. So that happens. So I'm like, the last time somebody told me about some stuff, it didn't go with him. But my girl, my sister, she's like a sister to me. She works there, so she's over that department.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I kind of got to give you the edge to this because you hit me up about this. I'm like, I kind of got to give you the edge.
I would say maybe find more information about it before you swing into it.
Oh, no, look, trust me. I am not going in out the window. Like, I parachute on this time. Like, I am like, yo.
Oh, you finally going to parachute into it, not just jump out the window without nothing in.
Because a lot of situations, I pretty much know where I'm going. It's just like if somebody tells me about something, I'm kind of like, I don't know, because I've been okie doke one too many times. But other than that, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, we will see. I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. I'll stop by, see what your spots, see what the spot's about. So it's all gravy. Like everything's cool, man. Like everything's good, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro.
So you told me you found y'all got that you got a crumble in your neighborhood, bro. So how you feel about that?
Bro, we got two of them. I did a little research. We got two spots.
Okay.
I haven't been there yet, but I plan to soon enough, and I definitely want to try whatever they got. I hear you put me on the cookie game, and I'm like, well, here's the thing though. Like I ain't had a good cookie, like chocolate chip and whatever. Those are the classics, but like I want to see what a crumble cookie is like.
Let me tell you, the first time I had crumble, like I said, they menu changes every week, so that's the good part. So they got they, like I said, they got their standard chocolate chip and they flag other stuff, but they had a cinnamon toast crunch cookie and a birthday cake cookie.
Hmm. He's taking off the glasses.
These cookies, they were
He flips the hat. And
the level.
like Colin Coward once said about Baker Mayfield, I don't like my quarterbacks when they flip their hat backwards. It doesn't look professional. But in this case, I'll allow it.
These cookies were so sweet. I'm like, you, if I, like this was 16-year-old June, I could have crushed all 4 of them cookies in one sitting.
4 of them.
Got 4. I got 2. Just in case I liked one of them, I still got some.
So you doubled up on both.
Yes, I doubled up on both. What if I like this one? And then I'm like, I wish I would have had.
Okay, I see. Okay, I see.
You
What you did.
But if I don't like it, well, whatever. These cookies were so good, but so sweet. This is older Junior. This is in his 30s Junior. You can't have that much sugar in one sitting. Be see yourself to a goddamn sugar shock. Be in a coma, like goodness gracious, like, doc, insulin, something. Can't They good, but they were just so sweet. Good cookies though. Good cookies though.
You know what though? You haven't steered me wrong when it comes to food. What was that breakfast spot that you told me about one day?
Maple Street Biscuit Company.
You put me onto that one. We have one here in Savannah. I went to it and it was delicious.
Told you.
So I'm gonna trust your word on this one with crumbles. So when I go, just know I'm giving you the heads up.
Hey man, I'm looking at their menu right now. Okay.
Oh Lord.
But like I say, good food. Like I like good food to do something to you. Good food.
Oh yeah, of course, good food. Speaking of food, your boy made the family the home cooked meal.
What you cook? Because he called
just
like
a simple rice and beans with some cube steak.
Okay.
Yeah, got down in the kitchen and whatnot. So, first time for everything. Like I know how to do simple meals. I know how to do certain things here and there. But doing it the way that, mama home cooking type style, mama's home cooking way of doing things, like she has that, she knows how to do certain things. So like just picking up on her style and like her way of like seasoning and getting certain tastes and whatnot. That's something I'm just picking up on and something I'm looking to do a little more of.
Yeah, because I make these epic breakfasts. I make these epic bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches.
Man, this guy will text me and he will show me videos of him whipping in the kitchen with the eggs and the biscuits and the sausage and the steak. Like this man right here about to cook a 5-star meal.
And like my mom, like, yo, I gotta cut back on these joints. Like I'm gonna be like my mom, like she ain't trying to pick up no weight or nothing. She like, yo, she like, yo, I keep eating these joints, man. Like, yo, I hook it up. Like I said, whatever woman I marry, she gonna be well.
Good hands. So ladies, if you see June on the street, just know you getting a 5-star chef in the kitchen every morning.
I mean, he getting there? He getting there. His woman gonna be like, he can make basic stuff. I mean, I can make. Basic.
Look. I know how to throw down in the kitchen here and there. Like I'm not a novice. I'm not the one that's just gonna be like, oh, I don't cook at all. Like I know how to throw down in the kitchen. Don't get it twisted. Now it's just there's certain things that I haven't, dived deep into. I haven't really got my hands dirty in, and you know what I'm saying.
You know what? Know I keep telling my mom I want to learn how to make.
What?
I want to make my own pasta sauce.
Ooh, you do that? Hey, look, I know that you always joke around about you wanting to be with a Latina or whatever, with a Latin woman, but you make your own pasta sauce, you will have the Italians loving you. Yeah. Italians would be all on you.
Man, I ain't never met an Italian woman. I know some at my local pizza.
I've met an Italian couple. They are quintessential family, like like huge family. Like I love it. I love it. I love
Like
it.
my local pizza parlor got real Italians that worked, like real Italians. And when he looked at my credit and my card and whatnot, like, yo, I like your name. You know what I mean? He said, yo, like, you got an Italian name. I'm like, I know. I like that name. Like, I know I'm good in your book then, bro. So I'm going, like,
Oh
yo,
yeah.
yo, Paulie, help me out, man.
Oh yeah, no, like I've met like again, I love good. I love Italians and whatnot. I love the vibe that they have with each other. Like they have this loving, joking type of vibe, but like they serious about family and whatnot, bro. And just a bunny trail real quick. With the job I'm at, like you get to meet a lot of people. You get to meet a lot of couples. Get to see a lot of different cultures and whatnot that are in the city and whatnot, or even outside your city and whatever. You get to see different areas and whatnot, and just meeting different families and seeing different sides of life and whatnot, bro. Like it's eye opening. Like I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. Like we got to meet. I got to meet an Indian family this past weekend. Had to put a TV up on the wall for them and whatnot, and just first and foremost, man, like just being when you walked in the house, you smelt the curry. You smelt the curry, and I was like, oh yeah, I know what this is, and like you look around and you just see all the culture, like the little statues and the little things that they that it is all about you see pretty much everything that they're about within the home, like the little statues, the pictures with them wearing their traditional clothing and whatnot. And then you hear them speaking in their native tongue and whatnot, bro. Like just listening to them speak in their language was just it was an eye opener, but it was awesome to hear. Like I loved being in that, just listening to that too. Like I loved it. I was like, bro, like this is cool. Like this is cool. I can enjoy doing this.
Oh yeah, like I say, going back to the food part, like I love to cook. If I get an opportunity, if I get a chance to cook, I'm going to cook. I'm gonna tear up some stuff. Like I
Yes.
said, the spaghetti sauce probably gonna be the biggest battle because I do not know the right direction to go. Cause you just can't walk up into an Italian mother like, yo, ma, can you teach your boy how to make? Cause I ain't Italian. I don't know no Italian grandma. I don't know nobody with an Italian mom. But they got their own Italian recipe that they may not want to share with your boy.
They got the family recipe, bro. Like you can't touch that. They like, hey, you
The
gotta be
last
careful.
time I asked an Italian about a secret to they about at my pizza party. Yo, what's the secret to the pizza? It's a delicious. Is that if I tell you, I'm gonna have to show you the freezer. I said, you know what, you got it, bro. I
Why did you ask? Why did you ask?
because
Why did you
the
ask?
pizza crust, like dude, the pizza
Dude,
crust is
anybody with a right mind knows not to ask an Italian about the family secrets. You leave that alone.
hey man. I eat that so much. I'm a best, come on, they best freaking customers. They know me and my mother, like they know
Yeah, but
what
that doesn't give you right like that. They gotta give you that right. You just can't walk in and be like, hey, Paulie, Tony, what you put in this thing? Because they're gonna be like, hey, come take a walk with me. And be like, no, I don't want to, because I already know where it's gonna go.
yeah, get a slice of pizza on the house. On the house? Yeah, I know it is going. I ain't getting I seen the Godfather. I know where this is going. I'm gonna sit my behind back down. You got it. But yeah, man, like good food. Good food is a good time. Matter
Good
of
food.
fact, good food. What's the best food you had at a
Ooh,
restaurant? The
best food.
best food you've had.
Mm, the best food that I've had. Yeah, you really had to put me on one, didn't you?
Like I said, the best food I've had so far was that goddamn shrimp po' boy at Caston Kitchens, downtown Dallas. It's like when it comes to a good sandwich, it starts with the bread. It starts with the bread.
You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna get away. Okay,
Talk to me, chick.
there's a Indian restaurant here where I live at called the Himalayan Curry Buffet, and I went there a few times. I've been there a few times. I've always been interested in trying different cultures' foods. Like,
Right.
I've done ramen, I've done pho, I've done, different like just different touch, different foods. But Indian food, like with the curry and like the different dishes that they come up with, bro. Like bruh, bruh. I'm sorry. That right there, I can't not name you a dish, but I know the food that I've had over there is amazing.
It's
Like they
like
got
that.
the right amount of spices. Like it's spicy, but it's not like too hot that you can't handle it and finish your food, but it's just the right amount of spice and it's just flavorful. They have this like mango type of like smoothie drink that's really really is sweet, but is like sweet, but is like not too sweet. Is good. I mean, bro, it's amazing.
Like I say, good food to make you talk about it for at least 2 weeks. Cause I mean, when I
Boy, boy, dude, good food will leave an impression on you so much that you can think about it and taste what you had that last time.
like I said, I told my mom like I don't really go downtown Dallas a lot, but to go to that spot and it's only on the lunch menu. The shrimp po' boy is only on the lunch menu. So the day we went there for the show, I was like, "Yo, is the only on this lunch menu?" Like, yeah. Damn it. And dude, like, you want me to see if I can get the chef to make it? I can ask. I'm like, go ahead. I know it ain't going. She can make it. Like, yes, thank you, Jesus. She said,
Bruh.
because I'm like, bro, that
Okay,
is
matter of fact, you know what? I got a story just like that, and we're gonna pivot.
all right. Talk to me.
So there's a bar and grill in Hilton Head, South Carolina, like an hour away from me, called Fish, the Rockfish Cafe or something like that.
I think I heard of a spot like that before.
Okay, the thing about this spot, the owners are from Cincinnati. They're diehard Bengals fans, and every Sunday they have an NFL menu, and this NFL menu consists of Skyline chili. You got the Skyline
Wait,
chili
is there
ball,
beans in that chili? Because that ain't Texas chili. There's beans in the chili.
huh?
Is there beans in the chili?
Yes, you can add beans in the chili.
Oh no, I don't do beans in chili. That's
See,
not the Texas.
the way they do it is like you have the 3-way, the 4-way, and the 5-way. The 3 ways with the cheese on it. 4-way,
Oh, I heard about that on the Travel Channel. I heard about that. I know what you're talking about. Food
yeah.
that
So the 3-way has cheese on it only. The 4-way has beans and cheese, and 5-way is the cheese, and onions on it. And you could put it on spaghetti. You could have it on hot dogs. Bro, I had the chili dogs and I had the spaghetti. Bro, when I tell you that chili was the best chili I've ever had, because here's the thing, the ingredients within that chili has a little bit of chocolate and cinnamon in it.
So you say you had this? You say that again? You had what?
I had the 3-way, I had the Cincinnati, I had the Skyline chili 3-way, which is spaghetti, the chili, and the cheese. And I had the chili dogs to go along the side with it.
Wait a minute. You had. Were you staying in town that day, or were you going home? Because that's gonna be a
I
long
visited
ride
the
home.
town. I visited, had lunch over there because I thought I was gonna be able to watch the game over there, but the game was actually gonna be later on that day. And by the time the game was gonna be on, it was gonna be like 5, 6 o'clock. So I was like, I ain't gonna be able to. I'm not gonna stay for that long. I got work in the morning, so I just went, ate over there for the first time, and then I dipped.
Man, look.
Boy, let me tell you, when I got home, oh, I was full. I was like, I'm good.
I'm gonna say, man, you eat all that chili and cheese, man, you gonna be in somebody's bathroom. That's what I'm concerned about, bro.
No, dude, like this,
How'd you make
bruh,
it home?
like I'm. Oh, I made it home. I made it home. Believe me, I did. And the fun part
One
about it
hard
was,
sneeze, you gotta change your car. You gotta get a new car.
oh no, bro. Let me tell you. I know with chili, a lot of people be like, man, this is gonna hurt later on. Bro, this is perfect. It was perfect for me.
What we pivoted to? Because I feel like we got to go down a dark road. From what we pivoted to.
So I'm gonna pivot on this one. I'm gonna read something that I found on Twitter. I said this to you, but I'm gonna read this, and I want you to tell me what you think about this.
All right.
Footballer Akraf Hakimi's wife filed for divorce and demanded half of his property. She was, however, informed by court that her millionaire husband owns nothing as all of his property is registered under his mother's name. Hakimi receives 1 million euros from Paris Saint-Germain, which is a soccer team in Paris. He receives 1 million euros from PSG monthly, but 80% of his money is deposited into his mother's account. So here's the question I lead to you, and I want to get your feedback because I've seen some discussions about this when it comes to like if a guy gets married and he gets divorced. You know, a lot of the conversation is when a guy gets married to a female, and let's say there's a divorce that happens, the female always somehow gets more than the guy, even though he might have built up a lot of the stuff on his own. Like she gets half the money, the real estate. Sometimes the kids are involved, so she'll get the kids and he doesn't get anything. He's pretty much left to fend for himself. So Junes'88, let's dive into this. When it comes to a situation where a female wants to take half of everything that you own, or that's the situation for anybody, what do you do? Or what do you feel about that?
Let me put it like this.
Talk to me, Playboy.
I feel like this, and a lot of people may disagree, but who cares? I feel like whatever I came into the relationship with is mine. I wrote these songs. I recorded these songs. I got paid for these songs. I've done these tours. I've done these. All the stuff I get from that is mine. Whatever you got going on, whether it's fashion, music, acting, whatever, is yours. Cool. But whatever we get together, we can divide. And we start a business, something together, then we can divide. As because I know a guy that, older gentleman, he told me that I was doing a podcast with like, yo, and I think it was after the show or before, whatever, during. I don't know. He said, yeah, he had a specific wrestling belt. And when he got divorced, the wife took the belt. And it's like, I like shoes. So I would say two of my favorite pair. If you don't even like shoes, but you know I like shoes, and I want those, and I want those. You're not even going to wear them. You just want them because you just want to have. You get to pick what you want. You know what I mean? I get if you bought me some stuff, I want that back. I want that back. Cool. Whenever we get together, cool. Fine. Whenever we get together, fine. But like, no, I'm not getting half of these royalties and half of these Grammy checks and whatever. You're not. No. What's the point?
Okay, so let's cut back on that for a second. You talking about like royalties such as like shows and Grammys and all these stuff. Let's cut it down to like for the average day-to-day person, right? In this situation, they don't got royalties from a show. They don't got royalties from albums. They don't got royalties from merchandise or whatever. Like they got a regular 9-to-5 check, they regular 9-to-5 income. They got their mortgage. They got kids. Like in a situation like that, like that, like we talking like 80 day like
breaking up
people.
You was breaking up a little bit. Everyday average Joe type people, like people that's working like at like CEOs like Fortune 500 companies, like people who working like Merrill Lynch and higher up like Apple people, like higher up people like that. You talking about that? It's still
No, I'm not like not even them. I'm talking about like
Working at
like
Walmart and Target type people.
yeah, yeah, like
Like,
working at
if
Walmart,
that's the case,
your
I mean,
shelf stockers, readers, and all that.
if that's the case, you don't get nothing because we both ain't getting nothing. Because if we weren't working at Hooters, if you working at Hooters, I'm working at Target, girl. What do you want half of? We ain't like if you working at. I'm no disrespect. If you married and you working at if you working like that, you might not until you probably got an apartment. You probably got an apartment. Maybe I don't know too many people that got houses that work at Target and whatnot like that. I don't know too many people. But for the sure people that do, what are you getting half of? And I may sound like a freaking idiot saying it, but still, like, what are you getting half of if you work a job like that? Because you're not getting us. You're getting paid every 2 weeks. You making like 1,000, 2,000 a month. What are you getting a half of? What could you possibly want half of? What? Come on, man. What are you getting half of? Like, what could you possibly want half of? Like, what could you possibly want? I could see if you were like, this dude work at Apple, like
So
Apple,
we
not the
talking like
Apple store.
so we
Apple,
was like Fortune 500, like you working upper levels, Apple, upper levels, Merrill Lynch, like
Microsoft, all that.
then you could see like all that pretty much playing out. But for like the regular average Joe, you don't see that happening at all.
It's happening to somebody, but I don't see what you could possibly get half of. Like how much it depends on what you're making. I would think because like
It also depends on the situation too, if you think about it.
yeah, that too. It's like it's like if you're an athlete or whatever you are, I feel like I honestly feel like whatever I get had before I met you is mine. You know what I mean? You're so happy to marry a person with who had money and had what, and especially if she got her own stuff herself. Cool, because you're not just gonna get a come up off of me. You know what I mean? You're not just gonna get a come up. You know,
Oh
that's what
yeah,
all these
and
all these
we all know
prenups.
how that works out.
Yeah, like all these prenups be coming up and like whatever. And I remember a partner of mine. Yeah, man, him and his girl got divorced. Yeah, we ain't signed no prenup because we ain't got nothing to sign. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing to split or whatever the case may be. Like, all right, whatever. But like, I can see. I'm more like if you got stuff together. If I'm married and I got this, she got that. Like, yo, let's start this company. Let's start a few businesses, buy some property, yada yada yada. Cool. We can divide that up all day. That's fine. But like, or and it goes to it's like who is it? The dude that I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can look it up. The dude that was married to Adele, he got half of what she got. He married her, he got half of what she got. I'm like,
Yo,
on the other side, as a man, it's funny because you always hear the dudes getting got, and you very rarely hear the woman getting hit. Like, yo, so the system finally was the other way around. Okay, cool, whatever. It ain't my business, but I feel like if we come to if but still, I'm like, dog, you didn't write any of those. Hell, she probably didn't even write half of them songs she got.
yeah,
You know, you know what I mean. But at the same token, I'm like, I rather whenever we get together, I don't mind splitting. I have a hard time sitting back saying I worked for 15 years to get to where I'm at, to have to split millions of dollars or whatever with somebody who wasn't even in the studio, wasn't up long nights, wasn't on the road days at a time, missing big events. You know what I mean? Doing like there's a lot. There's a lot of, and even if from the woman's standpoint, like yo, if you just a regular dude married to like whatever, it's the same thing. Like I get it. Like why should you get half? You didn't help me do this. But if
yeah.
we together, then it's a different story. There's some
You know,
wiggle in there.
for me, it's crazy. It was not crazy, but for me, like, when I think about it that way, in that sense, there have been moments where like I've always had this weird innate fear in a sense, and it's always how can I say this? You know the situation between me and you know who, the whole
Yeah. We ain't gonna talk about it.
okay. So that entire situation, right? There was a past situation. I've always had this fear, like if me and a female were to ever, like, if I was ever get with a female and, like, let's say things went down, and let's say there was a split, like there was a thing where like we just went separate ways and it wasn't like as mutual as I would want it to be or whatever. There could
Right?
always be this thing where like they could come after me and like they could like try to sue or whatever. But my thing is, I've always thought about like, well, what can they go after me for? Because if I know their situation and my situation, there's no way that they could afford any type of like thing to come after me with. But then again, though, it's like in today's age, you really can't say that because people will find a way. People will find a way. If the situation to them is like, oh, this like in the essence of a divorce, just to do it out of spite, they will find a way to ensure
Dude,
that they get whatever out of you, however
man,
they
I
can.
just told you, OG of mine, his ex-wife took his ECW championship belt. He said, I think he got an autograph. I think he said Taz autographed because he was in the army or something like that. And he was like, whatever. He said, yeah. I'm like, you know, I was like, God bless the dead. Jay Briscoe, your always title. He signs it, autographs it. Then Jay passes. Now you married, you got it when you married, then you divorce. Your wife, you know what? I want that belt. I wanted it. That means so much to him. He loves that belt. And she takes it from you. The you don't even like wrestling. You just want it because you know it's gonna hurt me. Like, gosh, you're so hurt that you want to, and then you probably gonna auction it off on eBay or something, get some bread off of it, you know, on some evil stuff. Like that's the thing. Like that's what bothers me. Like, bro,
Yeah,
you don't even want. And there's another dude. His name is Jumpman Bostic. He said it on the interview. Like he got a big sneaker room. He said, "Yeah, I lost a lot of my shoe sneakers in my divorce. My wife took half of my and I had to re up on some stuff. Older gentleman. I think he like 50, 60 years old. But like, yeah, I lost a lot of my shoes in my divorce. I'm like, first of all, woman, you can't even fit these shoes. This man every bit of a size 13. So what do you want these shoes for? You got them because you knew it was gonna hurt them. Like
that's
you
pretty much
know
it.
you can't fit these shoes.
People are going to make a move because one, either they're desperate, they're hurt and they want to hurt you back, or two, they feel entitled to the stuff that you put in or that they brought into the situation. Now, granted, every person's situation is going to be different. Like we know that every situation, every person is going to be different in the explanation. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's a I don't want to say it's a sticky situation. It's a sticky thing to talk about, but like it's something to just think of. Like, yo, like where do we sit on the line of this one? Uh,
See, I'm gonna catch you off. And before anybody starts sucking their teeth and looking at it like you're crazy, because this has come from two guys that have never been married. These are just personal opinions on how we view things. You know what I mean?
we've seen it too much play out, and this is just like we looking from the outside in.
Yeah. Now, years from now, maybe my situation may change, maybe my thought process may change. Like, yo, cause like I said, once I get married, ain't no divorce. Like, we gonna figure. I'm like, girl, we gonna figure this shit out. We gonna
We
figure
riding
out.
this thing till the wheels fall off.
Like, yo. This is like, girl, we gonna figure this out. Ain't no like we gonna figure something out.
Look, my parents have been married for 35 years, and I met a couple this past weekend that have been married for 65, 66 years. That's how long I'm trying to have my marriage be. Like, I want my marriage to be up in the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Facts.
But
I'm gonna tell my kids, yes, I used to get on your mama's nerves back in the day. I was the pain in her ass. She used to drive me crazy. I thought about leaving. I could have left a few times, but I stayed. I love her because she's a pain in my ass. I don't want to deal with nobody else.
exactly. She's the only thorn in my side I want to keep.
Exactly. It's like a splinter. You just can't get out your finger. Like, I can't get this hell out of them.
It's kind of like your favorite football player signing one of the biggest mega deals to stay the star of the team, just like your boy Jalen Hurts. We are pivoting. You like that way I pushed it?
I like how you did that. I see what you did, man. Like kill too soon.
We got to punch on this one real quick. We got to punch on this one. Get your reaction to this. Jalen Hurts. Yesterday, 11 o'clock in the morning, it was announced that Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles have agreed to terms on a 5-year, $255 million deal, a contract extension with $179.3 million guaranteed. Talk to me, June. Fly, Eagles, fly. How are you feeling about your boy?
I feel like, let me put this back on real quick.
Put that on, man. Represent your squad. This is for you.
I feel like
talk your talk.
Like, I'm like this.
Kaka.
I'm like, I knew he was gonna get paid. I'm like, why did it take us so long for him to get paid? Y'all signing everybody. Like, then they said the 5 years, like Shannon said on the show, like, I ain't worried about nothing but for the first 3 years. That last on the telling that's gonna get spread out. Like, all right, cool. I'm like, it's like they building. You can like who you like, you can disagree, but like the Eagles are built to go back to the Super Bowl. They got the key pieces. They kept what they could keep. They're going to get more pieces. Are they going to go back to the Super Bowl this year? I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe
as of right now, if we look at it, the only teams in the NFC that I could see making a run to the Super Bowl again, or that could make a run, Eagles are number one because they were there already. The 49ers, because they played them in the NFC Championship game. If I want to pick a sleeper, maybe the Saints, depending on how they go with Derek Carr and company. The Atlanta Falcons are making moves, but I don't know if I can see them as a sleeper in the Super Bowl run yet. Like, they're making their moves. But like the top two teams that I could see possibly making a run right now is between the 49ers and the Eagles. And the Eagles are a complete team. Like, I think they were the most complete team. I think they should have beat the Chiefs. And I feel like if they get going early, they can make a run back to make it back to the Super Bowl. And who knows? Maybe they play a different team. A team that was in the Super Bowl like not too long ago, who's looking to try and make a come up for themselves. Not really make a come, but return to the prominence and show like, hey, look, like we not pushover anymore. We here. 2 AFC Championship games back-to-back years, possibly make it 3, and
it can happen. I feel like, going back to Jalen real quick, I just feel like it's one of those situations where when I look at him, like, the boy is good. Like, the dude is like
nasty. But I think a lot of the criticism is because, like, I think a lot of the people saying whatever they want to say about Jalen is because, like, his first 2 years were kind of like subpar in a sense. Like, they were just like his rookie year was kind of like man, and his second year was kind of like, okay, he's getting there. And then his third year with AJ Brown being added into the mix was just like he just took off like a rocket. And now the idea is like, okay, can he stay consistent with this and really run with it now, because like he's in his 4th year. He just got the extension. And normally when you think about a quarterback getting extended, they get extended by their 4th, 5th year.
Yeah.
This was his 3rd year.
Yeah.
This was his 3rd season. And he got extended already. So now the question is, like, can he maintain this momentum and prove that the Eagles signing him for this mega deal, like, was it the smart choice, or should they have waited a year? Now, to me, like, I'm all about people getting their bag. Freaking Jalen got his. I'm still waiting to see Joe Burrow get his. I'm waiting to see Lamar Jackson get his.
Yep.
So anytime someone gets the bag, anytime someone gets paid, anytime someone gets that contract extension, they get that that validation. Like, I'm all for it. Like, Geno Smith, been in the year for like 10 years, 32 years old, had one of the craziest comeback player of the year stories that we have seen, quarterbacking the Seattle Seahawks, a team that a lot of people didn't think was even going to make a playoff run, took them to the playoffs, gets a 3-year extension, and his extension was talked about earlier in the year. Like, I believe it was. I was talking to a buddy of mine at church. I believe it was like by like week 4, week 5 of the season, there was discussions that by the end of the year, by the end of the season, they were going to extend him they were going to give him a 2 to 3 year extension. And I was excited for that. I was excited to see Geno Smith get that 2 to 3 year extension, because the way he was playing ball out there in Seattle was just perfect. Like, he basically took the reins and ran with it, took his opportunities, ran with it, and made the absolute best of it. So I was excited to see him get that extension.
Yeah, I feel like.
So anytime someone gets the bag, I'm happy about it.
And I'm like this. They was already talking about, Howie Roseman said by week 5, like, there's no talk, there's no about it. There's no. He's gonna get this money. He's gonna get his money. They was already saying he gonna get it before even the season started. Jalen Hurts is gonna get his money. He good. We got Howard. He good. He good. We don't even worry about it. And Howie got it done. Now it's like saying, if everybody's saying that Eagles should have won this, everybody I talked to said Eagles should have won. We got right.
I mean, you're looking at somebody who knows.
And it's like,
the way that it ended for the Bengals ended the way for y'all. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Like, y'all had it in the bag, and like literally the exact way that it ended for us, the referees getting involved, the penalties coming in late, giving the other team the edge. Literally, the way that it ended in the Super Bowl for us when we played the Rams ended the same exact way for us when we played the Chiefs in the AFC title game, and it happened for y'all in the Super Bowl. Y'all had the game.
And I say it like this: for Jalen Hurts, at a point where, no shade, any other quarterback in coming out the NFC would have crumbled. I bet any amount of money you put anybody in that same position from the NFC whose name is not Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, in that same position, they would have crumbled.
Like what are we talking about
here? Wait, let me get this off.
No, I'm adding to it. Like, let's go down the list right there real quick. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Jalen Hurts. So in that position right there, they proved that they could run it. You put Brock Purdy. You put Brock Purdy in that position, the rookie.
Crumble.
Dak Prescott.
Crumble. And that man threw like 11 interceptions. Look, this man, Jalen Hurts, fumbled. They scored. And he got the ball back and marched down the field and scored like nothing ever happened. Do you really think Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones,
Kirk Cousins,
do you really think that would have been the game? Once you let Kansas smell blood in the water, It's over. I'm
It
sorry.
is.
No disrespect. All respect, but disrespect. I say respectfully. The
All
cow.
respect,
That
no all disrespect, but
I'm
respectfully saying it.
sorry. Based off how Dak played, that game would have been over in the first quarter.
That game would have been over. Oh man,
Dude, that
like
game
that
would have
would have
been
been a
over.
blowout right there.
That would have been over. The way he's played,
Like
over.
my like
Daniel
my dad
Grimes,
like
over.
my dad like my dad said. Like my dad said when the Cowboys were playing the 49ers, I asked him, "Who do you got for that game?" And he's like, "I got the 49ers." And I asked him why. And he was like, "Because with the Cowboys, with Dak Prescott, you don't know which one you're going to get. They're inconsistent."
And it's like, and I'm saying this not as an Eagles fan. I'm saying this based on my eyes, what I saw. He was throwing interceptions every other game. He blew
He
the
led
game against Jacksonville.
he led the league in interceptions.
Jacksonville, they had that game won. This dude threw it, and he threw
A
almost threw an interception.
walk-off pick six to Jacksonville.
And I'm just sitting here like any other quarterback in that position would have crumbled, would have crumbled.
Like them
Tom
cookies.
Brady, they would have, it would have been over. I'm sorry. You can't, it's not a debate. It's not up for debate.
Okay, but you know what is up for debate?
The USFL?
We're going to get to that in a second.
Okay.
The number one pick in the NFL draft. Via Dov Cliveman. Update time. Alabama quarterback Bryce Young has canceled the rest of his pre-draft visits and is likely going to be picked first overall by the Panthers in the 2023 draft. A sign to back up the belief he will be the Panthers' pick, per Tom Pelissero. Do you think the Panthers pick up Bryce Young, or is CJ Stroud going to be the guy? Or is Will Levis, Hendon Hooker, Anthony Richardson going to be the number one pick? What do you see the Panthers doing with the number one overall pick? And then we will jump into the USFL.
And you see it's written all over my shirt. You see it's written all over my hat.
No.
You know.
Okay. Non-biased. Don't be biased. Don't be biased.
I mean,
I see what you happen. I know what you want to see happen, but let me ask you, not being biased.
Okay. Let me turn it around then.
Okay, not being biased. You are the general manager of the Carolina Panthers. You have acquired the number one pick. You got CJ Stroud on one side, Bryce Young on the other, or Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Hendon Hooker.
See, the last few, I've seen Bryce Young play. I've seen CJ Stroud play.
Okay, so let's go with those two then, because those two are the main two guys.
I'm not.
Also, I got a bit. So going off of that, who would you choose? And Ian Rappaport said that he doesn't see another quarterback being taken after the number one pick until the Colts get theirs. Do you think that's true or not?
I don't think it's true, only because I don't see CJ Stroud falling that short. I don't see him falling that. Like they say, there's gonna be the quarterback's gonna be gone in the first three picks. So because people talk about Bryce Young being too small, he's this, he's that. I feel like they say CJ Stroud had the best pro days. He did this, and third. I'm like, what made them change their mind about CJ Stroud? Because I'm like this. Either way, it's like somebody going to Houston. Houston is never.
We know that Carolina and Houston are picking quarterbacks. We know that for a fact.
So
the question is though, who's going where? Is CJ Stroud going to Carolina and Bryce Young going to Houston, or is Bryce Young going to Carolina and CJ Stroud going to Houston?
And I told you this: wherever CJ Stroud goes to, I'm likely to get his jersey. But it's gonna be real. It's gonna be a lot harder for me to get a Texas jersey than a Panthers jersey, if that makes sense.
So you would rather see him go to the Panthers than to the Texans?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So what about Jackson Smith and Jigba?
I still got him
Because
going to the Bears. I'm sticking with that.
because if I remember correctly, the 4 teams that I saw that were underneath his name was the Packers, the Texans, the Bills, and I don't remember the four. I believe I saw the Bears on that list. Do you think the Bears holds Jackson Smith and Jigba with their first pick in the first round because they got 2 of them?
I don't see him falling. I don't see him falling to where people say he's going. And now, all jokes aside, all fandom, all rival aside, I don't see him going to the Cowboys. I do not see him dropping all the way to
I don't
30,
see him falling that far down the line
29.
either. I think
That's like something that's gone completely wrong if he falls that far. I don't see it.
If he falls, I'm gonna say this. I'm a pull back 2020 Cleveland Browns. They were able to get a first round pick in the second round. And the reason I say that is because the first round pick they were able to get was Greg Newsome, cornerback out of Northwestern. And that was like something they were trying to do. They were trying to bolster the defense. The second pick they had was in round 2. And the pick they got was Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, a linebacker, the Butkus Award winner out of Notre Dame. He was supposed to be a first round pick, and he fell to the second round, and the Browns grabbed him. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen to JSN, but if it happens, I will be shocked. I will be surprised that he fell that far, but I don't see it happening. He's going to go within the first 15 picks.
Of course. I just feel like with him, I feel like he's too, like I said, he's too good.
He's one of the best route runners coming out of college. Like, he's one of the purest route runners coming out of college. And I think he's like, if I've heard it correctly, like, he's the only wide receiver out of this class that is worth a first round pick. And that is not coming just from me, but that's coming from multiple pundits saying that JSN is the only wide receiver in this college class that's coming into the draft that is worth being a first round pick. If he falls second round, like you said, something went wild.
And like I said, and I've been hearing, I've heard that the Cowboys may be going for a quarterback. Like I said, I've heard the quarterback from TCU.
I've heard about that too. You've been telling me about that.
And so I've heard they've been eyeing him. And then I heard they talking about Bijan Robinson. I don't see him going that far.
Robinson.
Bijan.
Okay, so the running back out of Texas.
Bijan been tied to the Eagles, which I'm not mad at. I can't speak for all Eagles fans. Hold on. I can't speak for all Eagles fans, but they kind of like yay or nay on him and like, no, don't do it. But like the way they've been filling up the defensive ends on defensive parts where this person and that are filling those gaps in, like kind of has me thinking they may get him. Like, I ain't got no issue with them doing it.
Y'all are gonna be picking like
we get 3 picks.
Y'all. Oh, that is right. Y'all do have 3 picks. Okay, yeah. So y'all could scoop them. Y'all could scoop them way early if y'all wanted to. But we'll see how that plays out. The draft is in 9 days, so we'll see how that goes. But my boy, we had football this weekend. And it seemed like you was heavily impressed, my boy. You called me on the line and you were like, hey.
Buddy, let me tell you.
Hey, talk to me. How we the USFL week 1?
Bro. That's what I wanted the XFL week 1 to be. That I know what you said, but still, the way they were airing the ball, it was like It was like easy work. That Philadelphia versus who did they play? Who did they play? That game was
The
amazing.
Philadelphia Stars versus Memphis Showboats.
That game was amazing. Like I'm like this the whole time. Like this, this is what I needed from the XFL. Now the
Nah,
XFL is what the XFL week what 8 or not whatever week they in now. That's
they're
what they at.
week 10.
So that's what the XFL is now. Where they is in week 1. Like this is just sheesh. I don't have an XFL team. I don't have a team. Don't have a team. But yeah, I'm just enjoying this. I'll probably pick a team mid-season, see where I'm at. But yeah. But
So the USFL, this is their second year, right?
right.
Their second year. And
Memphis they won the championship last year,
no,
right?
it didn't. Memphis is a new team.
Okay, who won last year?
I think it was the Stallions that
Okay.
won last thing with the USFL. This is their second year as an organization. This is their second year as a league. Okay. The XFL just made a return after being off for 3 years. So you
Mm-hmm.
see the difference in their play already. You saw the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that this the USFL is going to take off, and we're going to see a lot more really good play coming out this season. But I have a bold take.
How bold we talking?
I think the XFL in year 2 is going to take off the way that the USFL did in year 2. But I think we could see a little bit more action take place. I think with the XFL, you could see possibly, maybe, and I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I would like to say that we could see possibly of 1 or 2 more teams coming to the XFL, because if we're seeing just 8 teams and the action is the way it is, what happens if you add 2 more teams to the mix?
Or 4?
No, we look. They just started, so you want to start small.
Yeah.
You have 8 teams already. Let's just kick it to 10, 5-on-5, and then we could do like we could do like the NFL like the NFL playoffs, where like you have your top seed in the 2 divisions, they'll have a bye week. Then you have your 2 teams, they'll play each other in like a wild card, and then you'll have that divisional championship game, and then those 2 teams will play off an actual championship game.
That'll work.
Because right now with the XFL is just like, you got the North champ and the South champ, and you got 2 other teams. You got the other teams. You got like one team's going to play the North and South champ, and then those 4 teams are going to play each other, and then you're going to have the 2 teams play in the championship game. What I'm saying is, let's expand it to 10 teams, and then whoever wins the North and the South championship, they get the bye week. They'll play in the conference championship, and then whoever finishes second, third, they move into like a wild card round where they pretty much play each other. Winner moves on to the conference championship. And then those 2 teams, the champion of the North and South, play the winner of that wild card round. And then the winner of that game goes to the championship game.
I like that. I'm like this though. USFL is fire though. I can't.
Like you said, like, dude, like, hold on. I want to pull up the scores real quick of the USFL, because like the USFL, they didn't mess around.
They didn't mess with the funk. They ain't skimp out on the funk. Now they was funky.
Oh, they went off. They went off.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So right now in the South standings, you got the Birmingham Stallions and the New Orleans Breakers 1-0, Memphis Showboats and Houston Gamblers at 0-1. In the North standings, you got the Michigan Panthers and Philadelphia Stars at 1-0. Then you got the Pittsburgh Maulers and the New Jersey Generals at 0-1.
Okay.
So yeah, like, all right, here it is, the final scores. From week 1, here's the final score.
Bring us home, man. After you get done, bring us home, bro.
All right, I got you. So your final scores from week 1, you got the Stars beating the Showboats 27-23. That was a shootout.
Yes, it was.
You had the Stallions taking on the Generals 27-10. Stallions. Panthers took on the Gamblers. They won 29-13. And the Breakers played the Maulers in a shootout of themselves, 22-15. And that was just week 1. That was just week 1. I cannot wait to see what week 2 brings.
Man, I can't wait to see what the dude, like, we be gearing up for by the time the USFL season is over, it'll be like spring training camp.
Bro, by the time the USFL season ends, I mean, we will be in preseason.
Yes, preseason. Really?
Yes. We will be close to preseason.
Damn.
Literally.
Bring us home, Izzy. Bring us home, man. Bring us home.
You know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Izzyphantasmo. It's your boy, Junes88. The show about nothing. We talked about something, even though it was a whole lot of nothing. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun rocking with us. We thank you so much for rocking with us this far, man. Be a kind person. Be kind. Don't rewind. Be kind. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, man. JunesEightyEIght TV. Follow him on his YouTube. That's where all these are going to be at, bro. We appreciate all y'all rocking with us thus far, man. We plug those in. We just getting the party going. We just getting this rolling. You know what I'm saying? We here and we ain't going nowhere. With all that being said, Izzyphantasmo, Junes88. Show about nothing, man. We will check y'all next week. We will see y'all later. Peace.